Real estate investors, I'm going to share with you a case study on how to buy right and sourcing a real estate deal. Here we have a transaction that our borrower brought to us. They needed financing to take this deal down. They identified opportunity in a neighborhood that was worth greater than $400,000, and they found a homeowner who was in distress. He had fallen behind on his payments. He was in risk of going to foreclosure, and they reached out. They did a cold call campaign. They said, hey, we can help you out. We can put a couple bucks in your pocket. What do you owe the bank? What do you want to achieve in this? And how can we win and you win? This is the strategy that they went in with. Contacted the borrower. He said, look, I owe the bank about $300,000. I'd like to walk away with a couple of bucks. How about $345,000? Our client said, you know what, at $345,000, we should be able to turn this property for a profit. Everyone understood what they were getting into in this transaction. The seller understood that the buyer, our client, was going to resell that property for a profit. The seller was walking away with cash, and he understood that this guy was going to close fast, and he didn't have to hassle with putting the property up for sale and people walking through his home and negotiating contracts. He took the offer, and we had a win-win. So now on to what this property looks like in here on my screen. This property is 6709 Beatrix, and this is in Jacksonville, Florida, which is a very hot area for real estate investors and one of the main reasons that our client took to this market. The property is being sold. It's listed now, and the list price is $425,000. As you can see, it's a great location. Got a water feature in the middle of the neighborhood here, and it's very close to an inlet here. Beautiful thing about Florida, it's always close to water. Beautiful oak floors, fresh paint. Borrower came in and cleaned up the property. They spent about $10,000. So their adjusted cost basis after the $345,000 purchase price is $355,000. Very basic home. This is a great starter home in Jacksonville. The value add cost here was $10,000, which was just to clean up the property and help the seller move. Our client identified that this was a greater than $400,000 neighborhood. They bought right, minimal repairs. Again, negotiated that win-win, but they identified this opportunity because they knew the value of the neighborhood was over $400,000. So the property's on the market now, $424,000, and we're hoping that our borrowers succeed in this opportunity and close this transaction and make a healthy profit. So what made this real estate transaction successful is not the borrower's strategy in reaching out or the enthusiasm of our borrower, it was the math. He identified that this was a $400,000 neighborhood and he could get this property with opportunity built in and a win-win for both the buyer and the seller. So if you're looking for other strategies on how to execute or how to do the math on a flip, contact us today, DM us or call us at 800-228-8180, and we can share some of these strategies with you and some of the resources on how to identify properties and how to identify after repaired value of a property. We're happy to help with the underwrite. We're happy to help with the finance, and we want to see you succeed. We are providing financing from investors for investors. Reach out to us today.